Ram Krishna Hari. We offer our namaskars at the feet of Lord Vitthal and all the Varkari saints. This section of Santa Muktai Charitra is a special tribute to one of the greatest saints of the Varkari Sampradaya, Santa Namdev. Santa Namdev was a resident of Pandharpur, and it is said that at the age of 2, without any initiation by a guru, he would incessantly chant the Harinam, Vitthal Vitthal. Their abode was so close to the Vithoba temple that Namdev would frequently, or rather spend a lot of time at the temple. And as we know, many of us have different relationships with the Lord. Some of us consider the Lord as our companion, Sakhya Bhav. Some of them have a relation which is romantically involved, that is Madhurya Bhav, like the gopis. And some have a Dasya Bhav, that is a servant-like attitude. With Namdev, it was more of a friend, a companion. Just like how two friends would constantly talk about their experiences and also have their secrets shared, Santa Namdev would speak to the Lord and the Lord would reciprocate too. It is also said that whatever Namdev would offer to the deity at Pandharpur, the deity would accept it and eat it up. And Namdev's mother was a witness to this particular incident where he offered kheer to Vithoba and Vithoba ate it up. She was really delighted that she could have a glimpse of the Lord Vitthal, of whom she was an ardent devotee. Once the Lord instructed Namdev to go to Alandi and have darshan of very great saints there, 4 of them, who were supposed to be divine incarnations. Of course, they are none other than Nivruttinath, Jnandev Maharaj, Sopan Maharaj and Muktai. Namdev was initially very reluctant because he felt that he was so close to Vitthal, the supreme lord of the universe, the cosmos. So what was the need to go and have a darshan of mere human beings? But Vitthal was adamant in his instruction, and so Namdev set off to Alandi. When the people of Alandi knew that a great saint like Namdev was coming there, they made all possible arrangements to give him a grand welcome. When Sant Nivruttinath also had heard about the coming of Namdev to meet them, he instructed his brothers and Muktai that they should go in fact ahead and receive him. Sant Nivruttinath, on meeting Sant Namdev, imagine what euphoria must have been at that time when 2 great saints meet. Sant Nivruttinath bent down and touched the feet of Namdev. The same thing Sant Jnaneshwar Mauli and even Sopan Dev did. Now in the Varkari Sampradaya, it is a custom that when one Varkari touches the feet of the other, the second Varkari should reciprocate the same, because they consider all are equal. There is no one greater or lesser in stature. Like they say in one of the Abhangs, Eka eka lagi pai re. So they touch each other's feet irrespective of what their gender, caste or creed or religion or race may be. But in this case, the 3 great saints touched the feet of Namdev, but that only added or pumped up the ego of Santa Namdev. He thought to himself, yes, I am a great person because I speak to the Lord. These people have heard about this greatness of mine, and so they are falling at my feet and receiving me so grandly. So, thinking so, he waited for Muktai to come forward and touch his feet. Now, Muktai's nature, as we already have said in one of our earlier episodes, she was a little outspoken but very straightforward. Possibly that's the feminine element in her which speaks. So she refused to touch the feet of Namdev in spite of a reprimand from Sant Nivruttinath. She said, I am not going to touch this man's feet because he doesn't seem to have any wisdom in him. He is only pumped up with ego and arrogance. She spoke to Sant Namdev in a very brash tone and without any respect. She said, just because you are close to Vitthal, does it make you great? I hold the whole universe in my arms and I don't care for a person like you. For me, you are still a zero. She said, you are a blank slate for me. I have no regard or respect for a person like you who is just filled up with ego and arrogance. Sant Namdev was a little taken aback with all this. At that moment, she said, I'll prove to you that you have no wisdom or knowledge at all. And for that, not a very big test, she said, a small thing. I'll call this person Gora Kumbhar. Sant Gora Kumbhar was a potter. She said, I'll call him. And she said, Kumbhar Kaka, what you have to do is test all of us and see whether we have attained wisdom or we are hollow. This seemed to be a little surprising for Sant Namdev. He couldn't understand how a person like a potter could justify whether a person has been enlightened or he has got Brahmajnana. So the 5 or 6 of them were made to sit in a row, in which the 4 brethren and of course Sant Namdev also was made to sit. Gora Kumbhar takes a small wooden piece which potters generally use to test whether the mud pots are baked properly or they are half baked. So he takes this small wooden piece, taps it on the head of Sant Nivruttinath and he says, yes, this is completely baked. He takes the same piece and taps it on the head of Mauli, Jnaneshwar Mauli, and he says, yes, this is completely baked. In fact, it is waiting for people to get wisdom from itself. He taps it on Sopan Dev and again says the same thing, that this also is completely baked. When he taps it on the head of the small Muktai, he says, she is energy incarnate, Shakti incarnate herself. Who am I to test her? She is a yogini. Next he goes and taps the same wooden piece on the head of Sant Namdev. And moment he does this action, Sant Namdev cries loudly, saying that his head has been injured, he has been hurt. At the same time, Gora Kumbhar also says, this pot seems to be unbaked. It's not baked fully still. It seems to be hollow. So the other brethren and people who have gathered there, they all start talking in small, low voices. Sant Namdev is hurt. His ego is hurt because in front of so many people, someone has hit him with a wooden piece and called him hollow. And he finds that that small injury which is on his head is very painful. At the same time, he also overhears these brethren talking among themselves with Gora Kaka that he is unbaked and he has to be completely baked. This pot is hollow and it seems to have no substance in it. We need to bake it. Come on now, catch hold of him. This is a saint code language. But Sant Namdev has not understood this. He feels that these people are going to catch hold of him and put him in some furnace and burn him. So he takes to his heels and runs off from there, and after a few days reaches Pandharpur. At Pandharpur, he goes straight to the Vitthal temple and he asks Panduram, what type of a treatment did you give me? For so many years, I have taken care of you. This is how Namdev talks to Vitthal. I have taken care of you. I have fed you. And what you have done, you sent me to some 4 human beings there who seem to be frauds, who seem to be fake sadhus. And what type of people? They don't have any elegance about them. They don't have a proper pan or a pot or a glass to drink water also. They use broken parts of it. They seem to wear tatters, and you told me that they will teach you Brahmajnan or they'll have wisdom. In fact, one of the brothers and the sister, the youngest one, who was very rude to me, she even said, catch hold of this man and let's bake him. They said that I was hollow and they tapped my head. One of them tapped my head with a wooden piece and it's hurting, painful now. So he tells Pandurang very angrily, what have I done to you that you are giving me all this? Do I deserve this? Pandurang says, just because you are close to me or in my proximity, that does not make you enlightened. Namdev refuses to believe because, as I said, he talks to Vitthal as a companion. So you argue with your friend, so he also argues with Lord Vitthal. Vitthal says, do you know that beyond the name and form also there is the divine presence, the infinite energy? So Namdev refuses to believe all this. He says, the infinite energy is only in a form like you and in a name of yours. I don't know anything beyond this. His bhakti is innocent. There is no doubt about it. But what Pandurang wants to do is, he wants him to widen his expanse of the omnipresence of God. Namdev has seen God only in Vitthal, but he needs to see it in some other forms too. So he somehow tells him to go and get a guru who will initiate him and teach him that God is omnipresent, God is everywhere. There is nothing like a duality, there is only monism, that is Advaita. Namdev still refuses to believe, so Pandurang thinks of a small plan. He strategizes a small thing. He takes the form of a tribal man and his same energy in a feminine form as a tribal woman. When Namdev walks across the streets of Pandharpur, because now he is really dejected, he feels like Vitthal has given up on him and Vitthal is asking him to go and have a guru. An initiation from a guru is very important, is what Vitthal is telling him. So Namdev is very dejected, and as he is walking on the streets of Pandharpur, he sees this tribal couple who are none other than Pandurang himself, who has divided into a male and a female element. He overhears the couple talking. The lady of the two tells the tribal man, her husband, that I need something to fill this pot, this particular vessel. What should I fill it with? So the husband, the tribal husband, he says, catch hold of that goat. So she goes and she brings a goat, puts him into that hot boiling water which is in that mud pot. She says, still it is not full. The pot is not getting full. So bring one more animal. So he says, okay, we catch hold of that horse. So they bring a horse. Now all this is Maya. This seems to be impossible from our vision, but this is all happening. So this tribal man catches hold of the horse and puts that horse inside this boiling water. The tribal woman again says, no, the pot is still not full. I need one more thing and then it will be full. At that moment, the tribal man happens to see Namdev. So he says, I'll catch hold of this man, this boy, and put him inside this pot. Then it will be enough for us. So he runs behind. When Namdev hears about it, that he is going to be the next target for that boiling water, he scoots from there, he runs from there. And he goes again running to the Vitthal temple at Pandharpur. He says, what type of experiences are you giving me? What have I done to you? So he says, I wanted you to know that the tribal man and woman were none other than me. It is me who has manifested in those forms only to make you realize that there are not multiplicity of my energy. I am all one and only one. Namdev says, yes, I have not learnt my lesson. I think I need to have wisdom. So he goes back to Arandi and he requests Muktai. He says, he falls at her feet. He is humbled now. And he says, Mai, you make me your disciple. I want you as my guru. Muktai gives him a certain piece of advice, which we will see in the next section, because that particular section is going to tell us something more in detail about Visoba Khetsar, who a couple of episodes back we have already heard about. Till then, Ram Krishna Hari.